I'm back with inky hands, and guess what? Another junk journal. Surprise! This one is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. It's a digi download, and it's called Queen Bee. The papers in this are absolutely gorgeous. And it's a very simple journal, actually. I used a sheet of cardstock. It's from the Tim Holtz Paper Stash Craft Resist. This is kind of an older line. I'll let you see it there. And I use that as the basis for the cover and the back, so it's one sheet. I scored it at a 1/2 inch, so I have a 1/2 inch spine, and there's 2 signatures in here. I adhered it with just Mod Podge, and then what I did was go over it with Liquitex and Minwax, like I've talked about in other videos. It gives it that really smooth, durable kind of feeling, sort of like leather. And I inked around the edges, rounded the corners. I covered my 2 signatures with just some washi tape. And then there's the back. I added little bits of washi tape and some rub-ons and some stamping on both the front and the back. So when you go inside, there's a belly band, and I magnetized it so that everything would stay in place. These are 2 tags from the kit, or this one's not from the kit, this one's from the kit. And you can see it's magnetized, so it holds everything. This is a Polaroid that I made from the paper. It's not actually in the kit, but it's just from the paper from the kit. And then a little envelope. This is about, 2.5 by 2.5. And just cut this out from the paper and adhered it on there. I wanted to see how tracing paper would work if I printed on it. I like the crinkle sound. I think I've mentioned that before. And so it worked out great. And so there's several sheets of this, and you can see through it, which I like. I also added tabs. I printed some of the paper on cardstock and then just cut out tabs, really kind of page turners. And then I wanted to add a little bit of color, so there's washi tape on some of the sides. I coffee dyed the paper and distressed it around the edges. And then anything that has inking on it, I used the Distressed Ink Vintage Photo by Ranger. I love that. So you'll see that I did some stamping. You can see how gorgeous the paper is. And I'll put the link to the kit in the description box below. Some rub-ons. And I started with this being a very structured sort of journal. And then it just looked kind of typical. So then I go in and I start adding all kinds of different things. I had a heart that you'll see in the center of one of the signatures, and this was the leftover, so I just added it. And I also wanted it to smell really good, so I took a tea bag. I have 2 of them in here, and man, I wish you could smell them. They smell fantastic. And I just stamped on them, and I stamped on the ends of them as well, and it just really adds a good smell. This is 2 pages I glued together, and I just made a pocket and then a tuck spot. Here's one of those hearts that I talked about in the center. I added some rub-ons, like a little bee and a butterfly there, and some rub-ons here. A little bit of fiber. One really long tab. I don't know, had an idea to try a really long tab and see what it looked like. And then I added some washi over the top, and I'm really pleased with how that came out. Another bag, and in it, it has just some stickers and some just plain paper. And then this is from the kit as well. Another tuck spot. This is from the kit. You can see this is a half circle. That came from the kit. I just made it a tab. And then here's the back page of the first signature. Isn't that awesome how that worked out? I love it. This is the second signature again. It has the tissue paper. Just a little more stamping and additions. Here's where the second tea bag is. It's really just a tuck spot, and I just, like I said, tucked a tea bag in there so it would smell good. another faux Polaroid, and put some fibers on the end of that paper clip. I made an envelope. Here's a little tuck spot. I made an envelope out of the paper and just stuck it in there. Oops. Get that. There we go. Isn't this paper beautiful? Another tuck spot. And there's the center of the second signature. This is a tuck spot as well as a place to journal. And this is the world's most useless, cutest envelope. It's measures 2 by 2. I just think it's adorable. So I made that out of the paper. And then I just put a little card inside. Whoops. So again, this was from the paper. Just emphasizing that whole bee thing. A bag. So this is a bag that I Liquitexed, the varnish, and you can hear how, I don't know if you can really tell, but it is sturdy, and it makes it really strong. I love it. And then I used a spinner to hold this in. This is a tuck spot with, this is a cupcake wrapper, and then just a doily that I stamped on. Nothing, this doesn't hold anything, it's just 2 sheets together, just you could put something on there, just kind of like a little enclosure. Tickets that are from the kit, and again, I printed this off on cardstock, and then I did the Liquitex on that just to make it a little more sturdy. And then the back of the signature. And then I made like a little library pocket, cut 3 holes out just for a little interest. Added that onto a tag, and then wrote a note on the back to the person that it's going to. And then this is the Tim Holtz cardstock that I showed you earlier. So that's what it looks like, the one I picked on the back side. And then there's the back. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask down below. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.